Picture a routine oversight hearing. A member of Congress asks a yes or no question about conflicts of interest, foreign money, and whether regulators should slow things down long enough to take a hard look. It should be simple. Either you protect the process or you don't. Instead, the room tightens, the answer drifts, the clock runs out. Voices rise, and in that small gap between a direct question and a direct answer, you see something bigger than one exchange. You see how accountability quietly slips away. That's what happened when Representative Gregory Meeks pressed Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent over potential conflicts tied to a foreign-linked investment and a Trump family crypto venture.
I'm sure you also know that a foreign-linked investment firm tied to the United Arab Emirates government quietly bought about half of the Trump family's crypto company, World Liberty Financial. And at the very same time, the President of the United States was dealing with that country on foreign policy. Now, Eric Trump, the president's son and co-founder of World Liberty Financial, said, and I quote, "I'm not going to get into who the investors are, but I've got some pretty meaningful investors," end of quote. Lack of transparency. And it didn't end there. When Trump fans brought the tokens, they thought they were getting the deal of a century. But what they didn't know was that only Trump and his sons had the sole power to decide who can sell the token and when. Today, the price of the token has fallen over 50%, and the Trump fans who bought the token are now begging to get out. Now, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. You can see it for yourself on the World Liberty Financial Discussion Forum. Yeah, yourself, Mr. Secretary. So this is no longer just about a shady crypto deal or a possible gift. When a foreign-linked investor is putting hundreds of millions of dollars into a company controlled by the president's family, and at the same time, this president is conducting foreign policy with that country. You know what that creates? It creates a national security concern. So, I'm not going to ask much of you, Mr. Secretary. I just want to know whether you will commit today to pause and heighten the scrutiny of any bank charter or licensing application at the OCC connected to the World Liberty Financial until all of these conflicts of interest and foreign influence reviews are completed and shared with the United States Congress. All I need to know is, will you halt it and do a complete investigation and scrutiny of this licensing application? All you have to ask is yes or no.
No, Congressman.
All you have to ask is yes or no.
OCC is an independent entity, and I would know, Congressman,
I take that as a no.
You traveled to Venezuela to lobby
I take that as a no.
On behalf of
I take that as a no.
On behalf of your donors.
You do not want to answer that question. I take that as a no.
For a $7 billion
I'm asking you to do your responsibility as Secretary of the Treasury. You do not.
Mr. Meeks,
will you?
time has expired.
You cannot erase what you did in 2000.
He's the one that went past your time, Mr. Chairman.
No,
he did not answer my question, and he wouldn't pass the time.
He had 6 seconds left to try to answer your question, and the
it was a yes or no. It was a yes or no answer. I asked him, will he? No, it was yes or no.
The OCC
is an independent.
Stop covering for the president. Stop being his flunky.
Gentlemen.
He's talking to me. I'm responding back to him.
2006 trip to Venezuela.
Stop covering for the president. Don't be a flunky. Work for the American people.
Mr. Meeks,
trip to Venezuela.
Work for the American people. Don't be a cover-up for a mob.
Maybe you're going to see your friend Nicholas Maduro.
Gentleman is not recognized. Mr. Bessent, please. I recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Sessions.
Hearings like this aren't really about personalities. They're stress tests for institutions. When a simple yes or no about scrutiny turns into deflection, it tells you something about how power protects itself, not loudly, quietly, and it's usually the public that finds out the cost later.